14 years ago, I was on a ladder taking Christmas lights out of our palm trees, and I fell and shattered my ankle. And soon after, there was infection and bone death, and we eventually needed to decide to amputate. So when I woke up from that amputation surgery and I saw this empty space where my leg used to be, it was jarring, but what was kind of more of a surprise was just the volume and intensity of pain coming from the space where my leg used to be. And I knew this was phantom pain. So it was like electrical shocks and itching and burning and Charlie horse. And I was panicking because for the last year and a half, my sweet family, my husband and my 2 daughters, our whole life was about me falling and trying to get me better. And I couldn't have it be that I had just finally made a decision to close one door, and that now maybe possibly I've just invited a whole new horror into our lives. And it was so stupid because you couldn't like touch it or massage it or do anything that was logical because it literally was not there, but there. So I went to the doctors and they would prescribe more meds, and I thought, I need something faster, better, more effective than this. So I went online and I was gonna take this on. I started doing researching. I was finding pain, pain techniques and going back in my head to childbirth class, and I found this thing where you put a mirror in between your legs, and so then you see the reflection of your good leg and it makes you think you have 2 legs. And it kind of works, but it's not like I could walk around with a full-length mirror between my legs for the rest of my life. That was not going to be a good look. And so as I just was strategizing and trying to put all these things together into this secret sauce that was going to solve all my problems, I just got more and more controlled with it, more desperate, making charts, making plans, praying so hard, just trying to get this thing under control because I had to be done. It couldn't be that I didn't have time for it to just solve itself on its own. It needed to be done. And then one night, I was laying in bed, and this absolute wall of pain just came at me. And it completely engulfed me. And in that moment, I just stopped and I surrendered. And in that moment, I had this idea that I think I've been feeling like this pain is happening at me, but I actually think it's my brain, my mind trying to get my attention, like just turning up the volume louder and louder, trying to get my attention. So I thought, I'm just going to be quiet. So with every wave of pain, I would just say, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Thank you. Yes, we've lost something terrible. This is awful. And then I had to go even deeper to the stuff that I had been pushing down. Like, are people going to pity me? Am I disabled first now and then me? Do I even know who I am anymore? And when I started to look at those things, that's when I let go of the timeline and I started talking to other amputees. I got therapy. I just started to find more ways to just relax and to let it go. And as I did, the pain got less. And this phantom, this being, this presence of the absence chilled out a bit, and it almost started to feel like a friend that was part of me. And I could slowly let it go. Now, when people ask me, is phantom pain real? I say it is. Yes, it is. It is real. But it's now more like a friend to me, because even like right now as I'm talking to you, my whole leg is tingling because it knows I'm talking to you. And with every step that I take, it tingles and tingles and tingles. I can move all my toes like so convincingly. If I stub my toe, sometimes I literally have to put ice on it just to be like, fine, I'll play along. If I wake up and both my feet are freezing cold, I'm gonna get to sleep faster if I just put socks on. So as it got better, our lives got better too. I got my first prosthesis, and I was able to go out with the family again, just to be upright. People noticing I was tall again because I hadn't walked forever, and loving the handicap parking. But I realized that I think I experienced phantom pain long before I was ever an amputee. Because we've all had losses that hurt us so badly that to even think about them, they take our breath away. And it can be a sound or a smell or a photo, and it comes right back. Do you know what I mean? But often it's coupled with pain. And all I know is that when I finally could release and surrender and to get honest with my fears, when that presence would come to me, it felt more like peace and joy, and I could rest in all the ways I had loved it. Thank you.